In Ferocious, players find themselves shipwrecked on a mysterious island hidden within a dense fog in the Pacific Ocean. Responding to a distress call from investigative journalists, the protagonist discovers a tropical land teeming with hostile mercenaries and prehistoric predators, including dinosaurs. The game offers an immersive first-person shooter experience, emphasizing survival, exploration, and combat. Players can navigate diverse terrains by rappelling cliffs and exploring underwater caves, utilizing a wide array of customizable weapons to confront both human and animal adversaries. Set in a post-nuclear European continent, Phantom Line is a cooperative first-person shooter that allows up to 4 players to assume the roles of elite Spec Ops agents known as operators, tasked with investigating and containing paranormal anomalies hidden from the public eye. Players utilize the HUSK system, enabling the transfer of consciousness between artificial bodies. This mechanic offers diverse tactical advantages, such as scouting, distraction, and decoy deployment. The game features an open-world environment filled with dynamic events, requiring players to adapt their strategies to a variety of challenges. Resource management, gear customization, and survival elements, including hunting and cooking, are integral to the gameplay experience. Set in a post-war apocalyptic city, Nobody's Left follows the journey of an ordinary man who must adapt to survive and protect his loved ones in a world where safety is no longer guaranteed. The game offers an emotional storytelling experience, emphasizing the necessity of adaptation and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Players will navigate through a city where the rules of society have collapsed, encountering various challenges that test their survival skills and moral decisions. The narrative is designed to be immersive, with unexpected events that keep players engaged and on edge. The game's atmosphere is crafted to reflect the desperation and hope inherent in a world teetering on the brink of collapse. Claude is an upcoming action-adventure survival horror game developed and published by Front Door Games. Set within a dense, foreboding forest, players assume the role of a lone survivor who must navigate treacherous terrain, solve intricate puzzles, and confront various threats lurking in the shadows. The game emphasizes atmospheric tension, resource management, and strategic combat, requiring players to carefully consider their actions to survive. The narrative unfolds through environmental storytelling and encounters with mysterious entities, each revealing fragments of the forest's dark history. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is a modern remake of the acclaimed 2004 stealth action game. Developed by Konami, this remake aims to faithfully recreate the original's narrative and gameplay while introducing enhanced graphics, updated controls, and quality-of-life improvements to align with contemporary gaming standards. Set during the Cold War in 1964, players control Naked Snake, an operative tasked with rescuing a Soviet scientist and thwarting the development of a nuclear-equipped superweapon. The game emphasizes stealth, survival, and tactical espionage, requiring players to adapt to various environments, manage resources, and employ camouflage to remain undetected.
The fear!
A great and terrible fury at being alive.
A host of sorrows, and you are one of them.
Why'd you come back? There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
I still have the Shagohod and the legacy. There is nothing America can do to stop us.
The Midnight Walkers is an upcoming first-person shooter that combines player versus player and player versus environment elements in a survival horror setting. Players find themselves in the Liberty Grand Center, a sprawling mega-complex overrun by deadly zombies and formidable bosses. The objective is to scavenge for valuable loot, craft weapons and equipment, and survive against both the undead and other hostile survivors. The game features multiple floors, including shopping malls, hospitals, and casinos, each presenting unique challenges and requiring strategic planning for exploration and escape. Liminal Point is an upcoming psychological survival horror game that pays homage to genre classics while delivering a modern, spine-chilling experience. Players step into the role of Lyra, a once rising rock star drawn back to Ashen Point, the island where her band's story ended in tragedy. The island, now shrouded in fog and prowled by horrors, challenges Lyra to confront deadly creatures, explore desolate locations, and uncover the truth behind the night that changed everything. The game emphasizes limited resources, tense encounters, and an atmosphere dripping with dread. Dark Light Survivor is an upcoming roguelike survival action game set in a dying multiverse. Players take on the role of one of the last humans, journeying through a shattered multiverse in search of the fabled Elysium. The Dark Void has unleashed horrific creatures that have decimated humanity and fractured the multiverse. Aboard the Phantom Train, a vessel capable of traversing these fractured universes, players must collect energy in each universe to power the train for the next leap. The game features dynamic perspective shifts, allowing players to seamlessly switch between top-down and close-up third-person views for tactical and immersive gameplay. StarRupture is an upcoming first-person, open-world base-building game developed by Creepy Jar. Set in the year 2201, players assume the role of prisoners on a distant planet tasked with constructing factories and gathering resources for indifferent global corporations. The planet is characterized by recurring cataclysms known as ruptures, which periodically devastate the environment. Players must explore the ever-changing landscape, build complex industrial systems, and defend their bases from aggressive alien creatures. The game supports both solo and cooperative play for up to 4 players, emphasizing survival, resource management, and strategic planning. Undefeated Genesis is an upcoming superhero action game that allows players to soar freely through the skies of an alien world, utilizing incredible powers to combat giant enemies within vast, destructible environments. Building upon the foundation of the original Undefeated, this installment aims to deliver an enhanced experience with improved graphics, expanded abilities, and a more immersive open-world setting. Players will engage in high-octane battles, leveraging their superhuman abilities to protect the world from formidable adversaries. The game emphasizes fluid movement, dynamic combat, and the thrill of embodying a superhero with unparalleled powers. Neighbors Suburban Warfare is a lighthearted, team-based multiplayer game that pits players against each other in humorous neighborhood skirmishes. Set in the charming city of Hartsville, the game features a roster of unique characters, each with their own distinct abilities and items. Players can choose from various neighbors, such as the cheerful Doreen or the mischievous Kevin, each offering a different playstyle. The gameplay involves deploying traps and barricades to defend one's house while strategizing and gathering resources to outwit opponents. Storebound is an upcoming cooperative survival horror game that traps players inside a vast, eerie furniture store. Developed by Embers and Oro Interactive, the game supports 1 to 4 players who must work together to find an exit while evading hostile entities. During the day, players gather essential supplies, scout for safe hiding spots, and plan their next moves, all while managing limited resources. When night falls, the store's employees become hostile, patrolling the aisles in search of intruders. Players must navigate the darkened store using flashlights and environmental cues, keeping noise to a minimum to avoid detection.
The store will be closing shortly.
Legacy Steel and Sorcery is a third-person action RPG that blends player versus player and player versus environment elements in a classic fantasy setting. Players can embark on adventures solo or with up to 2 friends, choosing from distinctive fantasy classes such as warrior, hunter, rogue, and priest. Combat is designed from the ground up for PvP, requiring quick decisions and precision to win. The game features an active combat system where players can dodge, block, sprint, attack, and cast spells. Leveling up each character unlocks new abilities and traits, and each class interacts uniquely with the environment. For example, warriors can charge through walls and hurl boulders, while priests can levitate over dangers and away from enemies. MOZI is an upcoming post-apocalyptic role-playing game developed by Mihanikus Games. The game blends elements from popular franchises like Fallout and Resident Evil, offering players a unique experience in a world ravaged by catastrophe. Players will navigate through a desolate environment, confronting various challenges that test their survival skills and moral decisions. The gameplay is expected to combine exploration, combat, and puzzle solving with a focus on narrative depth and character development. The art style and atmosphere aim to immerse players in a hauntingly realistic depiction of a world in ruin. As players progress, they will uncover the mysteries behind the apocalypse and their role within this new world order.
What if we paint the arc turquoise?
There's a dead chef in the kitchen.
Can we use it?
No. He has lost his hand somewhere.
Damn, where?
He cooked it with vegetables. I don't know, Alan. There's no hand.
Sniper at Work is an upcoming first-person shooter developed by Cherry Pick Games. The game offers an action-packed single-player sniping experience where players take on the role of a sniper for hire. Players are tasked with scouting targets, planning creative kills, and adapting when situations become unpredictable. The game emphasizes dynamic missions, providing tactical freedom and unexpected challenges, ensuring that every shot tells a unique story. Players can choose between precision and mayhem, tailoring their approach to each mission. The game features changeable environments and a heavy emphasis on both planning and improvisation, allowing players to outwit, outgun, and outmaneuver through dynamic and unpredictable missions. Set in the dystopian city of Bandung, Indonesia, Acts of Blood is a third-person beat-em-up action game that emphasizes fast-paced, brutal hand-to-hand combat. Players assume the role of Hendra, a college law student whose life is shattered when his family is murdered by his father's business rival. Frustrated by a corrupt legal system that shields the perpetrators, Hendra embarks on a quest for vengeance, confronting a powerful group responsible for the tragedy. The game offers dynamic combat mechanics, allowing players to execute fluid chains of attacks, blocks, and counters against waves of enemies. A variety of melee and firearm weapons are available, enhancing the intensity of combat encounters. Hail to the Rainbow is a first-person, story-driven adventure game that blends elements of horror and shooting within a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk setting. Players follow the journey of Ignat, a young man surviving alone in a dangerous and gloomy world after tragic military events have reshaped society. Having lost his parents, Ignat has adapted to the harsh realities of this new existence. His routine is disrupted when he receives an unexpected email, propelling him into a series of challenges that unveil the secrets of the surrounding chaos. '83 is an upcoming large-scale, squad-oriented, objective-based, multiplayer, first-person shooter set in an alternate history where the Cold War escalated into open conflict. Developed by Blue Dot Games, the game features 40 versus 40 battles, emphasizing accessible realism, aiming to provide an enjoyable yet hardcore experience that brings players into action swiftly without compromising the lethality of warfare. Players will engage in tactical combat, utilizing period-authentic weapons and equipment, and coordinating with their squads to achieve strategic objectives across expansive battlefields. The game aims to capture the tension and high stakes of a Cold War gone hot, offering a unique setting for fans of tactical shooters.
Crane. There are multiple objectives you and your squad need to swiftly capture to gain control over this strategic location. The choices your squad makes when capturing objectives matter. Teamwork, effective use of vehicles and equipment, or well-timed fire missions can all provide the necessary tactical advantage to win the battle. 83 is currently in development, and we aim to launch it on Steam Early Access within 1 year. Please support the game by wishlisting on Steam and sharing our trailer.
Black State is an upcoming single-player, story-driven, action-adventure third-person shooter that offers a photorealistic experience. Players are summoned by a secret group of scientists known as the Architects for a mysterious mission to save captives and uncover the truth behind a cataclysmic event. The game emphasizes immersive storytelling, dynamic combat, and exploration within a richly detailed environment. Players will utilize a diverse arsenal, including pistols, rifles, shotguns, and specialized explosive gadgets, along with melee attacks using knives to combat various human and robo-sapien enemies.
This will be the final chapter. Pathetic liar.
Tears of Metal is a medieval hack-and-slash co-op roguelike developed by Paper Cult. Players lead a Scottish battalion to reclaim their island, battling through hordes of enemies and uncovering the mysteries of the dragon meteor and a treacherous invasion. The game supports up to 4-player co-op and features roguelike elements, meaning defeat sends players back to the start, but allows them to retain their army. The environment progressively transforms from lush landscapes to more hellish settings as players advance. Tears of Metal is scheduled for release in 2025 on PC. Players can add it to their wishlist on Steam to receive notifications about its availability. Total Chaos is an upcoming survival horror game that immerses players in the desolate environment of Fort Oasis, an abandoned mining outpost shrouded in mystery. Players assume the role of a Coast Guardsman who, after washing ashore, receives a cryptic message urging them to get to the mines. The game emphasizes a sense of helplessness and isolation, challenging players to scavenge for resources, craft weapons, and confront nightmarish creatures. Originally conceived as a total conversion mod for Doom 2, Total Chaos has been reimagined into a standalone experience with a complete visual overhaul featuring dynamic lighting, atmospheric soundscapes, and a haunting musical score.
Seeking answers. But those that remain here, they won't let me have them. If I don't tread lightly, this place will become my prison.
All Will Fall is a post-apocalyptic city-building game that introduces a unique physics-based construction system. Set in a world submerged by rising oceans, players lead a group of survivors stranded on a small piece of land. The objective is to build a sprawling vertical settlement on water, manage resources, and ensure the colony's survival. The game challenges players to master a 3D construction system where every structure's stability is influenced by physics, requiring careful planning to prevent collapses. Players must scavenge for resources, explore the ocean, and make difficult decisions to keep their colony alive.